Hello and welcome to a Wise Guy Minute, episode 10, Selling Your Work During the Holidays. This comes from a previous recording I did last year. That was episode 204, which is Selling Your Work During the Holidays. And today's a special day with it being Thanksgiving that I'm recording this Thanksgiving morning. I'm sitting out here in my dining room as my kitchen is smelling wonderful. Today I am actually working over at the Mouse House. Being there, I work over at Disney, and they are open 365. Sometimes where our schedule works out, we do work the holidays. And as much as I'm going to be missing my family and not getting to hang out with them today, I'm very thankful to have an opportunity to work with my extended family at work, to be redundant there. So we do, during the holidays, we do a little Thanksgiving meal or Christmas meal or whatever it is. And so be over at Ep.10 today, working over in the Mexican Pavilion. And we have a small group of us. There's going to be four of us total. So it's going to be a nice, intimate little get-together, and we are a family over there. I've worked with these fellow co-workers, cast members, for several years now, and I've given the opportunity to actually be the one cooking the food this time, and so it's a lot of fun, and I'm very thankful for that. I love cooking big meals, especially for other folks, and so it's exciting for myself here. I just wanted to just kind of say hello, say happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. I'm very grateful and thankful for all the downloads, the listens, the emails, the messages, the conversations and the communications, the artists and the guests I've had on the show. Just everything and all of you. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. It's been a fun, wild ride going on almost 5 years now that we've had this show. And this month has been super crazy. I was over at Disney Springs for about 2.5 years, and we just did a little flip-flopping with artists, so my schedule has been all over the place. And I really haven't had a whole lot of time to get any interviews set up or record. But I do have a bunch of interviews that are scheduled. My schedule now at work has leveled itself out, so now I can get things scheduled and become more consistent again with the show. I do appreciate the downloads. I was looking at the numbers for this last month of November, and having not posted a single show, I was actually pretty blown away by all of you out there who are listening to this. So again, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to have a voice in this industry, to help you as artists, and to give you some inspiration along with sharing the journeys and stories of other artists out there, whether they're artists who are been around and doing this glass stuff for as long as I have for 20 years, or for the newer artists who have been behind the torch for anywhere from a year to 5 years, plus bringing on guests like Luke Zimmerman, sharing the information about the legalities out there in our country, regarding that's what I'm looking for. Regarding cannabis laws and all the things that we all definitely need to pay attention to. It's just so important. But we're gonna be getting more in business talk and what have you, and that's why I wanted to start off the holiday season with this episode. There's not a lot has changed, I guess, since last year, since I posted and recorded this. A lot of it has to do with just kind of getting yourself prepared for the Black Friday sales and the small shop Saturdays and Cyber Monday sales, but also just thinking about your customer and just the best customer service and just different product ideas and things that you can do during the holidays. And then that can then pertain to the rest of the year as well. So I hope you enjoy this episode. I'm going to get back into the kitchen and get this turkey out of the oven before I dry out the meat. As we all know, dry turkey meat sucks, and I don't want to have a sucky turkey for my coworkers today. So until next time, again, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your families, and I look forward to recording the next episode with you. Enjoy this episode 10 of A Wise Guy Minute, selling your work during the holidays. Take care. Bye-bye. Selling your work during the holidays. So I wanted to cover a couple things. This is kind of just covering some concepts of promoting your work to your tribes on your social media feeds, as well as getting your glass out into the shops. As shop owners, depending on where you are and when you're listening to this, either their shops are full right now and they're selling their stuff and they're going to need to restock afterwards, or you can hit them before they start to stock up for the holidays. Now, this episode is now it's December 5th today. I'm recording this and getting this out today. So we are at the beginning of the month, 20 more days till Christmas. But again, a lot of these shops are going to be selling a lot of their stuff now, and we'll need to refill their shop shelves. For those out there that do proto and some of the lower end price point on pipes and what have you, this is an ideal time for you as well, because this is right now is when the customers are going out and spending $20 and $30 on little hand pipes for gifts for people. Just some things to think about. But before I get too far ahead here, one of the things I really wanted to focus on or main things I want to focus on is really the idea of talking about social media and your tribes. And something I've found for myself that's been successful, and that I've also done kind of a best practices thing, which is where you copy what other companies do that are successful. And that is a limited edition ornament or a limited edition item every year for the holidays. One thing I have done is a limited edition item as an ornament, and I only make 20 of them every year. And I have not released this one yet. I'm going to be releasing it here in 2 weeks, but I am going to be promoting it starting on Friday this week after this episode comes out. And the idea is that you create a limited edition series as gives it a scarcity kind of mindset to where your tribe, your followers, your guests, your collectors that love your work, they feel that they have to have this piece because it's the only time of the year, for one, that they can get it. And once all 20 are sold, they can never get it again. And those that collect your work love your work, and they want to continue to collect it and have not every single thing you make, but when it comes to limited edition items, they want to make sure that they have that set of series of pieces. That way they can show off to their friends. They've got, 5 of the 6 items that you've released, whatever, So this is kind of an idea of a great time of year to start thinking about that in the mindset for your tribe, to have this kind of scarcity mindset that you have a limited edition item that you're making and it has to go out. And it could be anything. It could be anything from a holiday pipe to a holiday ornament to whatever. Just something you could think about that you can make a small quantity of, make it really nice, high quality, super clean, and sign it, date it, and number it. And if you say you're only going to be making 20 of them, only make 20. The worst thing you could do is to make 21 of them and have that 21st one out there for sale. Now, what I do recommend that you do, though, when you think about limited edition series, for instance, is that you do make, say, 20 items, that you make 21 of them, but the first one that you make, you number it 0, and you keep that one for yourself. That way you always have one of your limited edition collection series, so you can also refer to it the next year, so you know that you're not going to be repeating yourself in a sense. Just something to think about. And right now is the time to promote that on your Instagram feeds. I was going to say Pinterest earlier, but really something I learned this week is that Pinterest is actually not a social media platform. Pinterest is actually a search engine to help promote your social media or your website or whatever it is that you have, or to promote others out there. A really interesting concept. There's a podcast I listened to called Online Marketing Made Easy with Amy Porterfield. In her recent episode, she had a guest on who talked all about Pinterest. I definitely recommend checking that episode out. I'm also going to reach out to this woman to see if she'd be interested in coming on the show here to talk about Pinterest and social media. I want to start bringing other guests outside of the glass world that are in marketing and in business and accounting and stuff to start talking about this kind of things with us. Because our community is no different than somebody out there selling underwear or selling fucking groceries, like we talked about in the last episode with like the Blue Apron companies that are doing these business models where you get a week's worth of meals and every week you get a new delivery sent to your house. Why not have that set up for smoke shops to where every month they have a package coming in the mail of pipes that you have and it just automatically just goes out to them. Obviously you have to make the stuff, but it's kind of some things to think about. But I digress here back to what I was talking about. So think about limited edition and scarcity, the scarcity mentality, and that's really going to drive up not only the desire and demand for your work, but you can also drive up the prices on it because it is a limited edition piece. Platforms such as Big Cartel, Etsy, those kind of ideas. There's Shopify. There's all kind of different platforms out there that you can sell your work on. Not all of them like the pipes, so I don't always recommend going out there and selling pipes on these platforms, but it is a place for you to at least have a easily set up online market space instead of having to build a website and build a shop and put the carts and do credit card machines and blah, blah, blah. It's so much more affordable and time-saving to just use one that's already there, like a Big Cartel or an Etsy, as an example. And those are great places, again, to link up. I have a Big Cartel, and I'm constantly, I don't pay the money for it. I just have it free access to it. And if someone needs to buy something, I just go on there and create a little link and a picture of whatever it is they're buying, and they pay for it and call it a day, and I just take it down the next day and fill it in with something else. It's a really easy kind of cheat way to use the Big Cartels. And they still make their money on the sale in the transactions, Venmo is another way of taking money. I've been recently using Venmo myself. It's kind of a weird situation being a social media kind of gimmicky kind of thing. But it's an easy way to take transactions and money orders and stuff. I've seen some people recently also referring to being paid for stuff. If your customer does not have a PayPal account, you can always send them a PayPal invoice. They can use their debit card and pay the PayPal invoice as a guest. They don't have to sign in PayPal. I don't use PayPal anymore myself, and I'm sure if you listen to the show for long enough, you understand why. But so that being said, just some things to think about, when it comes to transactions with your customers. But again, social media platforms, really promoting yourself, and then every year it gives you a chance to build up your catalog. Now, this limited edition item you can make a limited edition item, but you can also make a spawn of it in a sense, or like an off piece that could become a production piece that you can offer more of in a sense, like a dumbed down version of whatever this higher end limited edition piece is. It's just some things to think about, and kind of go through the process of what you're going through. But really, again, this whole talk today was just about the thought and thinking about this time of year and offering a limited edition type of item. Now, for those of you also out there, which is probably most of you that sell to the smoke shops, this time of year, again, is also the time of year to make sure that you are on top of your smoke shops, because they are going to be selling their glass. They're going to be filling their shelves up right now and restocking, and then they're going to sell it all again, and then they're going to need to stock their shelves again too. Now, something that you can do that's something different during the holiday season for your smoke shops, which I've done in the past, is to create little holiday packages in a sense. You can order through, there's a couple different websites, Amazon, whatever. You can order a shit ton of little small gift boxes that are like 3x3 little squares that can put like a 3-inch pipe, a pack of rolling papers, little things like that. You can put a little ribbon and a bow on there, and then have like 50 or 100 of those little packages pre-made already, have one open so you can show your smoke shop. But go to your smoke shops and sell these packages, pre-made holiday packages. The smoke shop I ran for 3 years, we used to actually make those in the store, an idea I came up with for the shop, and they were highly successful. We had a small tree in the shop. We'd go to like the local Walmart or craft store, buy a bag of little mini tiny stockings, and we would stuff the stockings with like pipe cleaners and a small pipe and a pack of rolling papers and maybe a pack of screens if they had a metal pipe, Things like that to think about. Putting together the holiday themed packages is ideal. Even doing things like candy cane dabbers or little Santa Claus hat carb caps, like little stupid shit like that, little snowman carb caps. Like, people eat that stuff up. Now, I'm not making that stuff this year, so have fun with it. I'm just like here to talk about this, to give you ideas to help you make money and help you can grow your businesses and be successful. And if you have any ideas yourself, definitely reach out to me. I like to hear and see what you guys are doing, or tag me on Instagram at wiseguy_radio. Is my Instagram for this podcast. I'd love to see what you're doing. But these are the kind of things to think about kind of ahead of time. And I know, again, this is coming out in the 1st of December, so it's not always easy to do this. But those that take action now, you can go on Amazon today, order a pack of 50 fucking stockings, go into your studio, make 50 hand pipes, go to the local smoke shop and buy a big box of rolling papers and put together a small package, and then go to your local smoke shops and say, hey, I've got these little Christmas holiday packages. They're $20 a piece. You can resell these for $40 and call it a day, or make even cheaper ones, sell them for $15. They can retail them for $30, things like that. Just some ideas to think about, the ways to get it yourself out in an aggressive manner in a sense too, because right now is an aggressive time of the year for the sales and for the marketing. Don't be a douchebag about it, but, go out there and just say, hey man, this is a fucking great idea that I have. Even say you heard it on the Wise Guy Radio show. I don't know. You don't have to, but it's an idea to have. Or you can even make them and just sell them on your freaking big cartels or on your Instagrams or whatever, just as holiday packages and stuff. But before you go out to the smoke shops, it is important though that, remember, this time of the year the shops are very busy. So make sure that you visit first, see what they have, and then go back home and give them a call, or even sit out in the parking lot if you need to and call. But don't just go in there and say, hey, I'm so-and-so and here's what I have. Make sure you are professional about it and you make an appointment. If you make an appointment, though, make sure you follow up and that the smoke shop is held to that appointment. There's nothing worse than a smoke shop saying, yeah, come in tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and you go there at 10 o'clock, and there's nobody fucking there. So follow up with them before you go in and make sure that they're going to be there. Hold them to it. And again, the idea this time of year, holiday stuff. Think about all the different little silly holiday things you can make. There's all kind of things, and I just mentioned a few just to think about things. If you want to get into Charlie Brown's Christmas stuff, just little. I'm not really one to promote using brands that already exist out there, but I know a lot of you don't really give a shit, which is whatever and fine by me. So think about things that you're already doing that you can turn into a holiday version of whatever that is that you're doing. Excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. So just some little things to think about. Again, Etsy, big cartel, Amazon, you can sell your stuff on. Just a couple different ideas. But most of these won't allow functional art. So just remember that. You can try to sell your pipes on Betsy's and the big cartels, but just be careful out there. And yeah, I think that's about it. There's a lot of different variations out there. Make sure you have business cards. Make sure you have stickers made. Make sure you have promotional materials. So when you're sending your stuff out to the smoke shops or to whatever, if you're going to do a holiday package, again, like if you go buy these little stocking things, make sure you have like a little sticker of your company in there, or even have a sticker that somehow you can put on the stocking. I know they have a weird material, so stickers may not stick. I'm just thinking out loud here with you, but just some ideas to think about. So again, be prepared for the holidays. Usually the holidays begin in the glass world in October. That's when the trade shows start kicking in too. So be ahead of the game, be ahead of the curve, pay attention to the trends and what's going on out there and the needs, and look at what's going on in society, in the movies, and the books, and the TV shows, and come up with some ideas. Pickle Rick is a big fucking thing as an idea. Everybody on the goddamn earth is picking fucking Pickle Ricks. I still have yet to see that episode, and I've seen that show before, but I haven't seen that episode. It's just one of those things, Again, we talk about it all the time. You think about making something, and 45,000 other artists are already making it. So, but think about things like that, silly little trendy things that you can make that are going to be catch on, help get your name out there, get some money in your pocket, and have a successful holiday. And then the next year, you can write down your list of things that you made the previous year and grow on that. Again, limited edition series, promote ahead of time, promote daily, and then have a big drop. And only make it available for, say, a week, maybe 3 days, maybe 1 day. Depends on how successful you want it to be, or how the scarcity mentality you want to give to your following. Just some things to think about. So that was being said, myself personally this year, what I'm going to be doing besides my limited edition ornament is I'm going to be doing an auction, mystery box auction, Christmas box auction towards the middle of the month. And I will be doing it like I did last year. It was really successful, and I'm going to do it again this year. I'm going to be doing 6 boxes. Every box will have something different in it as a collector's item, but they'll also will all have similar things in them too. And it's just a fun little idea, just a mystery Santa, Secret Santa Christmas box that I can offer to my tribe out there, or to you as well. So stay tuned to my personal Instagram, which is at jmichaelglass, at JMICHAEL Glass. And again, the Instagram for the podcast is at wiseguy_radio. And I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Again, it was a quick little rant and rambling here as I'm just kind of sharing some ideas and thoughts and concepts on how you can have a successful holiday season and to think about it for next year. And again, the shelves on the smoke shops are going to be getting drained here real quick, so start getting yourself prepared to fill them back up again. Not every smoke shop wants the high-end shit. A lot of smoke shops are looking for the production. So if you're a production glass artist, right now is the time to get your shit together and get stocked up, and then go fill those shelves and kick some ass, man. And ladies, it's going to be fucking amazing. So 2018 is coming up soon. Be prepared. And we're going to be having a whole conversation here also about taxes. I hate to end this on that note here, but we have some potential new tax reform in this country, and there's some knowledge that we all need to know, including myself. And I'm going to be talking to my tax accountant, and hopefully if she can spare some time to bring her on this show after she's done some research on these new tax reform bills that are going to be getting passed potentially. So we all need to be up to par on that for sure, because it makes a big difference in our small businesses. And if you're not paying your taxes, make sure you're paying taxes, all that kind of shit. I'm not going to get into it now because it's, it is what it is, but yeah. So also, if you need to get a hold of me, I have a new email address. It's info@wiseguymedia.com, info@WYZGUYMEDIA.com. It's my new email. I just went ahead and got that taken care of. The old email no longer exists. And that being said, for those who are listening, I've had 3 winners over the last year and a half for my little end of the show questionnaires things I was doing. And if you can reach out to me at the new email address, info@wiseguymedia.com, to let me know your email so I can get these out to you. Not having the old email access to it, I don't know and remember who it was, unfortunately, and I don't have access to any information for sending it out to you. So please, 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 if you're listening to this, give me a shout, let me know, and we'll go from there, because I feel terrible that I haven't gotten this sent out to you. And other than that, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Time to get ready for another long day over in Epcot. Get some shit done, making some stuff, and having fun. And until next time, we'll talk to you on the Wise Guy Radio Show. Hope you enjoyed this episode 182, talking about the holidays, being prepared, getting your shit together, and having a lot of fun and making money while you're doing it. We'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to leave a rating and reviews on iTunes, Stitchers. You'll find us pretty soon out there on Spotify as well. They just now announced that they're taking podcast applications. Mine is going out today, so wish me luck on that. iHeartRadio, there's all kind of platforms out there that this show is available on. So, again, thank you for your continued support, for reaching out, for all the love, and can't even begin to explain how much I appreciate you. So happy holidays, and we'll talk to you next time on the Wise Guy Radio Show. Take care of yourself. Peace. This episode of the Wise Guy Radio Show is brought to you by The Flow magazine. Since its inception, the focus of The Flow has been to provide a bond among members of the lampworking community. In every issue, you can enjoy great content with the hottest artists and cutting-edge techniques using the latest industry products. These features, along with the continuation of our Women in Glass edition, Glasscraft Emerging Artist Awards, inspiring gallery showcases, dynamic general interest articles, as well as health and safety information, make The Flow the leading international lampworking journal. For more information or to subscribe to The Flow, go to theflowmagazine.com. That's theflowmagazine.com.